to this video. It's gonna talk about, I'm ready to get into the 7 days of the week food plan that he has in this book. So the first day we go with Sunday, and the 5 foods would be nectarines, the 5 daily foods: nectarines, dark chocolate, broccoli stems, salmon, and tomatoes. So out of those 5, and each day it'll be the same thing. The nectarines, it has a A by it, which means angiogenesis. It takes care of the angiogenesis. The dark chocolate, take care of the regeneration. The broccoli stems, M for microbiome. The salmon is for the D for your DNA protection. Tomatoes is the I for immunity. So it has breakfast. You have the nectarines with yogurt. So I noticed that around here where I live, nectarines are not in stock now because it's not season for nectarines. So I was looking at blackberries. Blackberries is I don't think that's in season either. So what I'm gonna substitute it with is beets, and beets take care of the angiogenesis as well. So for breakfast I'll have the beets with the yogurt. For lunch they have broccoli stems and oregano soup, and he has a recipe for that in here. For the snack, it has homemade tomato salsa and toasted sourdough bread. For dinner it'll be baked salmon, and for dessert, healthy chocolate mousse. So each day, if you eat those 5, that's why he calls it 5 by 5 by 5, which is the you can select, because most people that get on a diet, they get bored. It's a strict diet, and so they fall off of it, real quick. So with this, you have over 200 and something foods, 250 something foods to choose from, and you find foods that you like to eat. And out of this food group that he has done the homework to know, which ones satisfy those 5 groups, which is the angiogenesis, the regeneration, the microbiome, the DNA, and the immunity. So if you eat one of those in one food in each one of those categories each day, you are building up your stem cells, your immune system, and so if you eat something that you normally don't eat, things that you like that are not necessarily beneficial to your health, it's okay because you're building up your immune system. And so I'm concentrating on that one day, which would be, say for example, on a Sunday. If we was in season for nectarines, for breakfast it would be nectarines with the yogurt. So you would chop, I would chop the nectarines up and put it in my yogurt. And what they say about, let me see what they say about nectarines. See, each piece of food, before I really start getting back in the kitchen cooking, I want to learn about which, what is it about each food that I put in my mouth, the health benefits of it. So here on page 350, it explains that nectarines, 2 fruits per day. It helps with helps fight esophageal cancer. and two nectarines per day, head and neck cancer. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted to know a little bit more about nectarines, stone fruit. Here we go, 106, 107. So it falls under the category of stone fruit, which is summer fruits known for the sweet flesh. So you recognize them instantly, he says, by peaches, plums, nectarines, apricots, cherries, mangoes, and even lychee. A host of angiogenic and regenerative, as well as DNA protective. They got two studies here from the U.S. National Cancer Institute and the University of Illinois at Chicago showed that consuming 2 medium-sized stone fruits per day is associated with a 66% decreased risk of esophageal cancer and 18% decreased risk of lung cancer in men. So when it comes to choosing stone fruits, there are no bad choices. But a useful tip is that plums have 3 times the amount of cancer-fighting polyphenols compared to peaches. And in the lab, carotenoid called lutein that is found in apricots prevents the formation of the brain-damaging beta amyloid fibrils that are linked to abnormal angiogenesis found in Alzheimer's disease. So that's why that's impressive to me. My grandma had Alzheimer's disease before she passed. Choose fresh fruits when possible because drying can lower the amount of bioactives, although it may be easier to eat more dried fruits to make up for the loss per fruit. So that's it for the nectarines, right? So for breakfast, nectarines and yogurt. So that's the little bit of known fact information on nectarines. And as far as what he says about the yogurt, let's see what he say about a little bit about yogurt. Got quite a bit of pages on that one, but we'll go to the first one and see. Yogurt is made from milk, heated and cooled, and then mixed with bacteria for formation. It is an ancient food dating back to at least 5,000 years, and its health benefits were described in the writings of ancient Greece. Natural yogurt came into existence when milk was accidentally contaminated by bacteria, and the resulting product was discovered to be edible. But the actual presence of a bacteria, Lactobacillus, was not, I know I pronounced that wrong, was not known until it was discovered by a Bulgarian medical student studying the microbiology of local yogurt. Later, the Nobel laureate Ilya Metchnikoff observed the longevity of Bulgarian peasants and attributed into their eating yogurt, which was a staple food. So, today, yogurt in its pure form without added sweetness, plain yogurt, is considered a healthy food, and its benefit may be due its probiotic benefits. Researchers from Youngstown State University in Ohio conducted a small study of 6 healthy volunteers who were given 1 cup of yogurt to consume, about the same amount commonly ingested in yogurt-loving Europe and Australia, for 42 consecutive days. The yogurt was provided every 3 to 4 days throughout the 6-week study. Each dose contained approximately 1 billion bacteria. Subjects were asked to provide fecal samples every 7 days for a total of 7 samples over the course of the study. The researchers found an overall increase in different health-promoting lactobacillus species after yogurt consumption. The bacterial changes were highly variable among individuals. A different study even showed that the microbiome's response to yogurt varies between men and women. But the Youngstown study did detect increases in lactobacillus, and which are often found in commercial probiotics, showing that eating yogurt can influence the gut microbiome. And then they had a much larger study in Spain, which was surrounding the Mediterranean diet. In that study, researchers studied 7,168 participants and examined their consumption. And that researchers were interested in seeing if eating lignans and yogurt would feed the bacteria present in yogurt and lead to a greater health benefit. So the results showed that those who consumed the most had lower blood glucose levels, and participants who ate high levels of both and yogurt had lower levels of total blood cholesterol, including reducing levels of harmful LDL, that's the bad cholesterol. Yogurt can increase elimination of cholesterol from the body, so the research speculate that the lignans have prebiotic effect and feed gut bacteria. So, eating yogurt along with plant-based diet rich in lignans. So I'm gonna have to look for lignans in the yogurt. Lignans can offer protective benefits against cardiovascular disease and better blood glucose levels. Okay. So it's a lot of research, and for when you're talking about, I'm talking about eating different, and I just want to know the science behind eventually everything that I put in my mouth. So this is just one day, and we're starting with Sunday, and I'm only on breakfast. So we talked about the nectarines, we talked about the yogurt, and that's the breakfast, nectarines with yogurt. Next is the lunch, broccoli stem and oregano soup. So there's a recipe here, and I'm sure he sums that up. Broccoli stem and oregano soup. Page 321. So this is a great way to incorporate anti-angiogenic broccoli stems and florets into your diet. In this recipe, I've added broccoli sprouts to give it an extra immune system boost. I'm talking about boost. So it's an immune system boost. I could go into that because I saw something good, really good, that when he talked about the broccoli and the broccoli stems. I used to throw those things away, but I started now cutting off the outside of it and dicing them up and using those. Now that I know the benefits of it. So broccoli as an Genesis piece of food is on page 105 to 106. Anti-Angiogenic Vegetables. Broccoli is a vegetable and a member of the Brassica family of plants. Similar, they include broccoli rabe, bok choy, cauliflower, and romanesco. And broccoli originated in Italy. I didn't know that. It contains potent anti-angiogenic bioactives. Consuming 1 to 2 cups of broccoli per week is associated with reduced risk of many cancers. And they got studies here from Chicago, U.S. National Institute of Health, showing that eating broccoli is associated with a reduced risk of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma by 40%, lung cancer by 28%, breast cancer by 17%, ovarian cancer by 33%, esophageal cancer by 31%, prostate cancer by 59%, and melanoma by 28%. Then they're going to talk about kale. So broccoli, I mean, we know it's all we hear is it's good for you, but they break it down for you. Oregano, so it's broccoli and oregano soup. Oregano. I don't see anything about oregano, so we'll skip that. That must be one of the flavors you just put in there, and I'm sure it has some sort of health benefit for him to include that in here. So we're done with breakfast, which is nectarines with the yogurt. Lunch is a broccoli stem and oregano soup, and the ingredients for that, it takes about 20 minutes to cook, 10 minutes to prep. 1 head of broccoli, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 medium onion, 4 garlic cloves, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, 5 cups of vegetable broth, 2 cups of spinach, rinsed, 1 cup of flat leaf parsley, rinse with the stems removed, a zest of a half a lemon, kosher salt to taste, freshly ground black pepper to taste, broccoli sprouts for the garnish. Okay. So the next one is a snack, still on Sunday, and that's a snack. Homemade tomato salsa plus toasted sourdough bread. I'm happy because I like, everybody said don't eat carbs, but I like starches and breads and stuff like that, so I was pretty happy to see it's still something under bread for me, which is sourdough bread and pumpernickel bread on his 200 and something choices of food, and I love, you get a good quality sourdough bread, so that made me happy. Because I usually toast my, you know, go to Whole Foods and get one of those big round sourdough breads, and I'll slice it, put olive oil, salt, fresh ground black pepper, and put it in the oven, let it toast up, and then I roast my garlic, and then I spread my garlic on, you know, make it believe it's butter, like you spread butter, but it's actually roasted garlic I spread on there. I love it. So let me see what he says. Something really good about sourdough bread, and that makes it even better. The benefits of sourdough bread. Page 169 to 170. So bread is a staple food worldwide, blah, blah, blah. Let me find something important here. I think it's a paleo. People who's on a paleo diet eat that. Sourdough starters. Okay, one type of sourdough bacteria, Lactobacillus, has remarkable health functions. It has been shown to improve immunity and suppress tumor development. Also reduces weight gain. So, I mean, they say don't eat carbs, but it reduces weight gain and can speed up wound healing. The bacteria also activates the gut-brain axis by stimulating the brain to release the social hormone oxytocin. That's the good stuff you want released in your brain. Scientists at the University of Alberta in Canada, working with colleagues from Huazhong Agricultural University and some other university in China, studied this bacteria in commercial sourdough bread starter. They found one strain of L. reuteri in a sourdough starter that had been handed down from one baker to another since 1970 had actually evolved to live and thrive in bread dough. Get to the good stuff. Okay, produce a natural antibiotic called that kills other harmful bacteria growing around it. So it kills harmful bacteria. While the bacteria itself does not survive in high oven temperatures used for baking, scientists from Massachusetts Institute of Technology have shown that the benefits may not require live bacteria at all when it comes to that. This is a complete surprise because it's always been assumed that the benefits of gut bacteria require them to be alive. Discoveries like this show us how much there is to learn about the microbiome and our health. So even when the L. reuteri in sourdough bread is killed in the hot oven, the bacterial fragments that remain in the finished bread may still be able to offer health benefits when consumed. We have some more stuff on that. So, still on Sunday, we have the 5 anti-angiogenics that we want to put in our bodies for that day. Going over that again. Nectarines, that has the angiogenesis, the dark chocolate that has the regeneration, the broccoli stems that have the microbiome, the salmon that has the DNA protection, and the tomatoes that have the immunity. So we covered breakfast. You want some nectarines with your yogurt. Either eat the whole nectarine, or me, I would chop mine up and put it in a yogurt. Make his recipe of the broccoli stem and oregano soup for lunch. For snack, you can have a homemade tomato salsa plus some sourdough bread, a piece of sourdough bread. And for dinner, the baked salmon. And we know salmon, everybody knows salmon is good for you. The bad thing about salmon is that I think when everybody started eating it, even before then, they were sending genetically modified salmon out into the water. So you can Google that and you'll see the fake fish out in the water. That's, So if I buy salmon, I'm try to be pretty careful at where I get it from. They say never buy, don't buy farm raised fish. Always get wild caught fish, So what does he say about salmon on 351? Okay, the only thing I see right here, but I would have to dig deeper to find something else, but 1+ servings per week. The disease that it targets is age-related macular degeneration. And I am sure it's more to salmon than that. Well, let's look under fish. F for fish. Under F for fish, it talks about one of the things we know with fish, steamed fish is better than cooking it any other way. So I don't see anything else right now. All right, so that's for salmon. Baked salmon for dinner. The dessert is healthy chocolate mousse. So dark chocolate, we know it's not, if you're not used to the taste, it's not as appetizing as regular milk chocolate or some of the other chocolate. But I try to get, when I get it, is 88% or more. Let's see what he says. The health benefits of cacao, CACAO, are emerging to the delight of chocoholics. Scientists at the University of California at Davis have shown that bioactives called procyanidins in cocoa have potent anti-angiogenesis effects through their ability to stop the signals activating blood vessel cells. Research my group has conducted on cocoa powder showed that not all chocolate is the same. When we studied the anti-angiogenic effect of cocoa from 2 different suppliers of the powder, one of the samples had twice the potency of the other. But I read in his book something else about chocolate. Let's see, the 178. Because he tells you the percentages that's recommended that he buy and everything. So he has here dark chocolate, stem cell stimulating benefits, positive effects on your gut microbiota. They got a study here from Louisiana State University that the cocoa feeds healthy gut bacteria, and they named the type. It affects your microbiome. They have a study here of individuals from the ages of 18 and 35, and dividing them into high anxiety and low anxiety groups, and tested the blood and the urine of both groups. And so they ate it at least 74% dark every day for 2 weeks. Okay, so when the high anxiety subjects ate dark chocolate for 2 weeks, the researchers found that levels of the stress markers cortisol and adrenaline decreased in their urine, as well as two markers called P-cestrol and whatever it is in the gut bacteria. Chocolate reduced high anxiety, down to the levels of those that's seen in low anxiety. So the study basically is saying that the study showed that for stressed out individuals, eating dark chocolate for only 2 weeks can influence gut bacteria and reduce your stress markers in the body. Okay, that's some good reading there. So that's it for Sunday. I'll go over that again. The 5 daily group food is nectarines, dark chocolate, broccoli stems, salmon, tomatoes. It's covering the angiogenesis, the regeneration, the microbiome, the DNA protection, and the immunity. For breakfast, nectarine with yogurt. You want to make sure that it's in season in whatever state you're in, and if not, you can go to pickyourown.org, and it'll show what fruits and vegetables are in season in your state, or type in the state that you're in and say which fruit or vegetable is in season right now. That's breakfast. For lunch, the broccoli stem and oregano soup. Snack, homemade tomato salsa, toasted sourdough bread. For dinner, baked salmon. For dessert, healthy chocolate mousse. That's it. So what I can do is make these dishes and show y'all how to, how I make it. Eventually, I want to get to all 7 days and have all 7 days stacked up in my refrigerator ready to go, so I'm not eating one particular meal each day of the week, for the whole week for work. So it would be nice to have at least 5 of these out of the 7, and I try to have all 7 for 7 days, something different. And that's it.